Yeah, Romeo and Juliet, Leonardo DiCaprio, Claire Danes. Did you see that one?
That's a great movie.
I love it.
I love that movie.
Mm-hmm, that's a good one. John Leguizamo.
I was just about to say that.
You don't see him much anymore. I saw the last time I saw him was Kick-Ass 1. Gets fucking got in the car. He's like stabbed in the neck. That was crazy.
Is that part 1?
Yeah.
I thought it was part 2. No, it's part 2.
You're right.
Because
You're
remember
right.
in part 2 is when he walks in on him wearing all the fucking his mom's fucking.
He becomes the motherfucker.
Yeah, the motherfucker.
He's all like, I got it. Ass kicker. He's like, yeah, right, ass licker. He was just copying Kick-Ass. Like, his suit was the negative version of the other guy. He was like fucking reverse Kick-Ass. Ass kicker. That's hilarious. Ass kicker.
Ass kicker.
That part was so awesome.
And he just shows up. Like, he's like, oh, yeah, I know his dad.
I love how the other friend that joins like the Heroes Guild, he's dressed as like a broke-ass Captain America type. And then he's just talking about his origin story. And he's all like, did you know those sick bastards maxed out their credit cards on porn sites before they died? He's all like, the other guy from Clueless, I forgot his name. He's real funny, from Scrubs. He's all like, I hope I get to meet this sick son of a gun soon. I want to personally levitate his soul from his body. Because he has that like gravitational bat.
He's like, I'm just kidding. It's just a bat.
It's a bat wrapped in tinfoil. Had you going though. Part 2 is good.
Jim Carrey as a fucking the main guy,
like Russian dude.
That was actually pretty fucking cool, dude.
KGB.
And he went out like a G.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was crazy, dude.
I'm gonna watch that one now.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I think I'm gonna skip to just part 2.
Part 1's not bad. It's just fucking that one's just over the top crazy. I feel like
they both are.
Yeah, but part 1, I don't know. It just caught me off guard. I never
Nick
read the
Cage
comics.
That's
terrible.
Crazy. What?
Nick Cage sucks, dude.
Nah, dude, I loved him.
Nick Cage is fucking Nick Cage in every
I
fucking
love his
movie.
crazy ass Batman. His crazy ass traumatized out, broken, schizophrenic Batman. You don't like schizophrenic Batman?
Fuck no, dude.
That dude was crazy. I like him because when he got down, Big Daddy got down, he was fucking scary. Because when you hear about him, you see him on video, when you see him in person, it's like, this guy's he's gonna shoot you in the fucking head with no, like, you're gonna die. He's here to kill you. That'd be scary. That's fucking intimidating. I wonder if that's how people felt about Batman, even though he didn't on purpose kill you. He would fuck you up to probably, you were either going to be close to dead, or like in a wheelchair.
Yeah, I think we talked about this before.
I don't kill people.
Did you ever watch The Batman with Robert Pattinson?
Of course.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That opening scene where he comes out of the shadows, like, and we talked about that too, where like, imagine a dude in a fucking suit coming out
of the dark.
Yeah, and, then
at first you would laugh because you'd be like, look at this
exactly.
fucking...
What the fuck is this dude? And then one of your friends walks out and just gets the shit beat out of him.
So you a dominatrix?
Like, holy fuck, dude. And he beats the shit out of that dude.
He's like, oh. He throws his head into it. And you know he's punching hard when his head's going with the rhythm. He's like,
So like, oh,
he's
fuck.
like, my daddy left and he never loved me.
And they left that motherfucker there. Because that dude didn't get up.
I don't think he ever got up.
That's what I'm saying. Like, dead. He was probably like,
if he's awake, he has slight brain damage.
For sure.
He forgot the color blue.
But they say that's how Batman is. Yeah, you're right. He won't kill you, but I mean, he'll put you in the hospital. No fucking hesitation.
If you're lucky. If you're lucky to go to the hospital. Those batarangs are really sharp. I don't know what the fuck he's throwing at where I'm not going to die. He's like, I just severed his main artery to his whole body, so he's awake. But then he's never gonna walk again.
So considering
his penis don't work no more, but he's alive.
Considering Batman is a kind of like Spider-Man, also we're hiding our secret identity. Would you do a voice change?
Yeah, I don't even know why Batman has his mouth like.
Revealed?
Yeah, why is his mouth revealed? Why does he even need to talk? Like, he's like, this is just in case I ever have to kiss somebody. If that girl needs kissing, I could still kiss her. That's crazy. I think that's why he has a mouth opening. It's just so he can kiss
make out with Catwoman.
So he can still kiss girls and blow his friends.
He probably had it covered at first and was like, "This is not gonna work."
He's like, "Well, me and Robin kiss all the time, so it saves time. I don't have to take my mask off anymore to kiss Robin when he comes home." When he gets back to the cave, we kiss for like 2 minutes.
Straight. Jesus Christ, dude.
I only cover his eyes because I kiss him all over.
That's why he only wears fucking underwear.
I know. He's like, at first it was just the underwear, but he talked me into letting him wear pants underneath. You sick bastard in here playing Bat and Robin. If you found someone realistically play Batman and Robin, the kid was just scared. He's like, help me. He's kissing me.
They have like a real...
Get out of here, Sheriff. We've almost cracked the case.
Stream of videos like that where people are drawn really like funky looking, like almost like deformed, and they do like the fucked up versions of them.
Of Batman?
Of a
or
lot
superheroes?
Of like a lot of stuff in general. Like I saw one of Demon Slayer. So remember he makes that box for the sister and he carries around the sister and stuff?
Yeah.
Well, there's in that one, like, I guess he's just hallucinating and there's really no demons. And the little girl is just like crammed into the box. Like she doesn't even fit.
What the fuck?
Like it's really fucking twisted and like CPS is showing up and he fucking kills like the CPS office. Like it's fucking, I was like, dude, this is like.
Demon Slayer? What the fuck?
It's fucking, I don't know, dude. It's a little bit unsettling.
What videos are like? What's the channel? I'm
not sure. Let me see. I'll look it up. But it's a little unsettling. I'm not gonna lie. It trips me out. Meat Canyon is what it is. And they do like a whole bunch of, like Colonel Sanders loves his chicken. I got a golden ticket. So yeah, they do a few things. Fucking, you got a friend in me.
You got a friend in me.
I finally caught you.
Oh shit, these look horrific. They look like the trolls from Ernest Scared Stupid.
I've come for your sister. The state has declared you are not fit to take care of her anymore. This is my sister.
Oh, dude, these look disgusting.
Dude, it's like real unsettling. I don't even want to watch it anymore, dude. I'm done with it.
That's hilarious that they just, oh man.
But then, no, dude. It's really fucking unsettling. You alright, dude? Oh, he's got to fix his hair, guys.
I'm taking off my hat.
He's got to fix his hair.
I'm wearing a bucket hat. You know what I watched on Netflix this past week that was actually pretty badass? Was the NASCAR series, NASCAR Full Speed.
Really?
Dude, I was with that monolithic, ignorant.
I did think you sounded a little bit funny whenever you came in here.
I mean, when you watch Talladega 300, there is that crowd. That fan base does exist. That's real. All that part is real. The sport itself is way cooler than I fucking thought it was. It's so fucking cool. NASCAR racing. I don't know what. And that whole bullshit of like they're going in a circle, they're making a turn, and this. The sport is so much more than that, and it's like fucking crazy and it's fucking badass. Because people think that, oh, it's not football. They're just driving a car. They're driving a car 185 miles an hour. They're all right next to each other. Think about when you drive on the freeway and you're driving 80 and someone like passes you or cuts you off and shit like that. And it's kind of close and you get mad because you're like, dude, like we could die or you fuck you and blah, blah.
Yeah.
Imagine being on a freeway with 20 other cars. You're all going 180 and they're driving even crazier to where you will crash and you possibly could die. And you have to do that for 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours. That's fucking insane. Dude, NASCAR is crazy, dude. Those dudes are psychos to be able to do that 35 times a year where you're going to get in a car, go as fast as you can, and people are going to try to fucking cut you off, go around you. They're not going to signal. They're not going to honk. They'll bump you. Like, it's crazy.
Dude, that's actually kind of trippy. I didn't even think about it like that.
Dude, and they showed in the car, and you think like, oh, for some reason you're very removed, and that's how I used to feel about fighting until I actually started, when we started training to learn how to do kickboxing and mixed martial arts.
Right.
That you look at fights different. Like you can feel the impact. You can appreciate it more. You can understand more. And not that I'm getting better at cars, but with my recent renaissance of me trying to learn new things in the past couple of years, I learned a lot about engines and cars. Not that I'm smart about, but I learned more than I ever knew about it.
Yeah.
And it makes me think like, wow, I appreciate this. I understand this more, not well, but more than I ever have.
Yeah.
And cars and car racing and engineering and technology and skill of driving a car. The documentary is fucking badass because it covers the championship. So it covers like the last, I believe, like 16 drivers or 12 drivers. I think it's 16, and like you get eliminated until there's only one, and you win the championship. And they follow all these racers and their lifestyles and what they're going through, how they train, and how there's not. What's crazy about being a NASCAR driver, unless you started driving in some way when you were like 6, you're not going to be a guy who ever races. You're probably not good enough. There's other guys they have exceptions that they went through certain kind of training on their own because they knew they were going to want to be a race car driver like in their teens. Yeah. But they still been driving for at least 10 years. And these guys get paid fucking crazy money, dude. Like hundreds of through sponsorships and
that's
stuff
true,
like that.
They have a whole,
They get paid. They're like hundreds of $1 million in. Like the top guys are making crazy bank. I mean, not everybody makes the great living, but the top dudes that have won championships, they're fucking king. There's this one guy named Denny Hamlin. I'm sorry I'm rambling, dude.
No, go ahead.
There's this one guy named Denny Hamlin who's been in the game for like 20 years. He hasn't won a championship, but he's won like a fuckload of races. He just always comes up short on the championship for some reason or another, but he's a good enough driver to win it. It's just never worked out for him yet. But he races, but then he also owns a racing team who he has drivers under him that he owns that are different race car drivers that he has to compete against. So those guys, he's like, I want you to do well, but I'm trying to beat you too. Like I own the team you're on, but I'm on my own, another team that pays me, and I'm trying to win for myself. And he owns his team called 2311. He owns it with Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is a NASCAR fan.
What the fuck?
And he owns a team, and he's super into it. He's there at the races when they're racing. He's been a fan since like the 90s or like for a long time. They were like, yeah, he was always here, and he would always come up to us and be cool, and he was really interested in the sport. And eventually that guy became friends with him. Denny Hamlin became friends with him.
Yep.
And he reached out to him to see if he wanted to partner into a race team, and he said yes. So they own a fucking race team that also races, because these cars cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. $300,000 car, $500,000 car that you have to, and they have to get a new one every time. Like you wreck it, you have to. If you keep it in good condition, you'll use it again.
Yeah.
But
even then, like, because I know like Lamborghinis and stuff like that, like you can't push them past like 80 or 90 miles an hour without putting like 50,000 miles onto the car.
What? Why?
I'm not really sure. I guess it's like breaking it in, kind of like you have to, because Lando was actually the one who told me about it, because he was talking to a guy from the valet, and he had
a Lambo.
Yeah, and he was like, like how fast have you driven it? And he was like, well, I can't even drive it that fast yet, because he was like, I hardly even drive it, and you have to put like at least like 50,000 on it. He was like the other day I just drove out to San Antonio just to
put some miles on it.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't the companies age them for you?
I mean, because then I guess that would defeat the purpose of a new car.
They could probably set a standard to where they should just do that and then zero out the motor.
Yeah.
So that way it was standard that when you get a car brand new, they would run the engine to 50,000 miles or run the car in a way.
Yeah.
Because if that's when it breaks in, then what's the point of it being new if it's not optimal? Like, who cares?
Exactly. Yeah.
Give it to me optimal. Run it the 50,000 for me, and maybe just chop off like $20,000 or some shit off the price, and then sell it to me broken in. because it's not like if they did it, they wouldn't keep it in pristine condition. Like, oh, go run it around the track. Like, you pay someone to run it around the track.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I guess,
or like automate it to
just
where
put
you
it
can.
on one of those machines.
I wonder if it's the same thing. If it travels the same. I mean, I don't know. I don't understand why it wouldn't be. But I know what you mean. They use it to tune cars. The one where.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, I just don't know why they don't.
Yeah,
have it like that already.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess that makes sense. Like, you can't just fucking full throttle, I guess, like a brand new product or anything in that sense.
That's dumb because
I
then
don't know. I really don't know.
If it's
honestly.
new and it sucks, I would be like, dude, give it to me used. Then I have to run. I'm not gonna run this $50,000. This isn't a daily. This is I got a date or I'm trying to look badass. I'm not gonna drive this everywhere. I wouldn't leave that shit parked anywhere. Yeah. I would only drive a Lamborghini. Like to be like, I'm literally going to go out driving for like 2 or 3 hours with the top down or some shit just to be in and if I stop somewhere, it's going to be somewhere where I can stand really close to it. Like a food stand.
Displaying it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's the whole point. You don't want to leave a car. That's not a car you go out to dinner in or you go park it somewhere and be like, I'm going to go in and see a movie. You don't fucking drive that car there.
Yeah, exactly.
Someone will fuck with it.
Yeah.
Someone will try to steal something.
Or not even just fucking with it. I feel like
sitting on it, taking pictures.
Yeah, exactly. That's my thing.
That's what everyone does.
Yeah, I'm like, everybody's fucking for the clout.
Have you ever seen one in real life?
Yeah. I mean, valet, they come up all the time.
Yeah, I've seen one driving before.
But you mean like actually like getting in and seeing the inside?
Oh no, I just meant seeing one. I haven't done that either.
Yeah, I've never done that.
Me and my cousin used to sell door-to-door cable or a direct TV.
I remember that.
And one time we were in a part of the town where it was, people were more well off, and we would take different routes. We would drive out there together, and then you just walk around different routes of like neighborhoods and ask people about, possibly signing up for service. But he was when we rendezvoused, he was telling me that he had just met this nice lady who pulled up in a red Lamborghini, and he got so excited about it, he just wanted to he went up and talked to her, and that she was so nice and maybe a little bit show offy, but how sweet of her that she was so nice. He not only did she like stop and talk to him, it was like an older lady, stop and talk to him. She was parked somewhere. And then let him look at the car, and she even opened it and let him get inside, and then took a picture of him in it.
Crazy,
and it sounds geeky, like, oh, it's geeky, it's stupid, it's just a car, it's not even yours. And it's not any different than like almost meeting a famous celebrity. You're like, oh my god, I've only seen a Lamborghini on movies and in magazines and shit. There's a real one, and then someone's gonna let me sit inside it and not like. I don't have to feel weird about it.
Yeah.
And he showed me the picture. It's a badass red Lamborghini, and he's in it fucking smiling more than when his kids were born. And I was like, that's fucking cool, cuz. Like, it was a nice car.
That's badass, though. Like, I mean, I'm not even a big, like, car guy. Like, because we talked about it after he was talking about the Lambo. And they were, like, talking about the kind of cars they want. I was like, I don't know if I'm, like, really big on, like, anything to, like, oh, I want that car. I was like, if I want a car, it's like, it's not going to be anything extravagant.
If I was rich, if I was fucking rich, because
no car, no money, no money limit. What are you getting?
I'm not a car guy, but I'm becoming more and more as I get older, because I'm starting to learn about engines and rebuilding certain parts on your car, because I want to fix my Acura Integra. I have a 97 Acura Integra, and I've seen what people have done with them, not just cosmetically, but engine wise, of how to just make that car nice. And it was badass when I got it. I need to restore it, but I've been watching I read a lot of books, I watch videos, and then I watch more car like centric content of like shows and stuff. If I was rich, I wouldn't buy one, but I would want to rent one every now and then to go out in. Is that these like a Ferrari F40? Look at this car, dude.
That's fucking nice as fuck, right there. It looks
so fucking dope.
That's clean as shit.
It looks so fucking dope. It looks like the dopest Japanese race car. I know it's Ferrari. It's Italian. Ferrari. A red F40 Ferrari. Just to like drive around like on the cliffs with or some shit like. No, not even then. I'd be scared. Even if I went to a track and they can be like, you can take them around the track as much. Like if I was rich, like one of the things I would want to do, it's like at least once, is go to a track, drive a bunch of different cars, but drive that F40 around the track like 10 times.
That'd be
just like cool. On the straightaways, just punching it.
Just being able to fucking
cruising the turns. Yeah. it's a fucking badass car. Maybe I wouldn't want to own them because I wouldn't have enough time to always appreciate them and be dumb.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
if they said, hey, for $5,000, for $10,000, you can come for the weekend and drive any of the cars as much as you want around the track. It's like, yeah, dude, we're going to fucking have a barbecue. I'm going to drive it around. And then, and then at night, we're going to fucking just drink and get hammered.
Fucking race it.
You know, another one that I like is these RWB Porsches.
Ooh, those are fucking nice. I've seen those.
The body, dude.
Yeah.
They're so dope. They're so fucking dope. If you just go to Instagram and just put in RWB, what sets them off, I had seen a video about it. What sets them off is what makes them that is a body kit that gets custom built by, I believe he's a Japanese man, that he custom builds Porsche body kits to make them look fucking sick, like the fenders, the front end, the bumper, and the spoiler. And it makes them look so like beefy JDM type cars for a Porsche.
Yeah.
And it looks fucking sick. And what's crazy is that if only like the richest people now, because he was kind of like avant-garde of making custom Porsche body kits, and then eventually he became more and more famous as kind of like an individual, very coveted designer, almost like an artist for this car, for Porsche. That now you have to pay him a lot of money for him to make one for you. And if you pay him enough money, he'll make one for you and you get it like in so much time. But if you pay him even more money, he'll come and stay with you and build it for you at your house. Like he'll build it for you.
What the fuck?
He'll like work for you personally, come and build you your car body kit like by hand.
That's fucking dope.
But you have to pay him a lot of fucking money. Like more than 150,000, like a lot of money, and he'll come and customize. If he does that one a year, he's good. If he does two, I don't know how many he can do in a year by himself, because I think by himself it'll take him like more than 6 months.
I was gonna say that's a.
Those kits look crazy though. I wouldn't own one. I don't think I would ever be dumb enough as a rich guy to spend that much money on keeping one. But yeah, I would love to go to a car collection show, and even if someone's like, I'm gonna drive you around in it, I was like, yeah, I just want to. I want to see it. I want to be inside it, because maybe I don't know how to. Oh, pause. But I want to ride inside the Porsche, the RW Porsche, the RWB. Reverse, yeah, that's definitely. But what a cool car. That's why that's why I'm getting really into NASCAR. I already finished it. It was a cool thing. I think I'm going to start watching it just passively to be, even about the cars. Because what I learned is that there's 3 different types of cars that race in the NASCAR races, brands. To where I always wondered, is it a made up car? Are they all the same?
Yeah.
Do they build them just for NASCAR? And they do. They're NASCAR. They're built for NASCAR racing. But it's Toyota, Ford, and Dodge. And no, I think Dodge. I don't think Dodge is in anymore. It's fuck.
It used to be Dodge.
No, they actually. Some people say Dodge quit, and other people are saying that they were banned.
What's crazy is that
it's Ford and Chevrolet, Camaro, Ford Mustang, and Toyota Camry. Those specific cars, those brands, those models. Those are the 3 cars that everybody out of the whole 24, they have only those 3 models, and that they all have their own engineered engine by the manufacturer of the same car, the same brand.
Yeah.
And that I think they all have the same parameters for the engine of what the engine, how it's made, of like it's a
how
V8. They're all V8, but it's their version of it. So it does. There is a factor that plays into who actually made the faster. That's what's crazy about NASCAR. It's not just guy racing a fast car that everyone has.
Yeah.
It's a test of engineering. It's a test of skill and like reflexes, response from the driver, and then even the pit crew handling the technology, the maintenance, and the pit stops, to where they have to be good at fixing the car, making the car run as well as it can between times, not just the tire. not new windshield and like they do tires, windshield, and gas, but they'll do anything they have to do. Even like during the off time, they practice. But it's like everybody, because any one of those things can fuck up your race. Your car, your engine, your pit crew, your driving skills, or other drivers. So even if you're driving, you're having the best driving day ever, you're gonna win. If your car fucks up, and it's really nobody's fault, you lost, and that's what sucks. It's like, man, I could have won. My car fucked up. Someone hit me, and they fucked up a part of my car where now it's not even gonna run well. So I can't drive it no more. Shit like that. Or sometimes the pit crew takes like they either mess up to where they don't tighten something right, they don't do something right, or they take too long or have a penalty. They lose the race. So that it's a cool fucking concept. I would go watch one. The fucking tailgating looks crazy.
They have
looks so much fun.
They have one. It's not NASCAR, but it's a demolition derby.
Oh,
on the way up to San Antonio. Have you seen it? Yeah.
I've never seen it.
I want to go to one of these days.
I bet you would need earplugs.
I would imagine fucking going at high speed like that's like a Tyrese from fucking Too Fast, Too Furious. Remember?
Oh yeah, I remember that was fucking cool. I would go see something like that. Even monster truck shows. I think I went to one when I was a kid. I've seen a lot on TV, but I was like, man, this would be so neat live. Just seeing these.
Yeah, I have wanted to take Auden to one at one
bear
point.
Trucks.
They're fucking expensive now, though.
No shit.
They're like $80 a ticket or some shit.
Yeah, that's excessive. Even NASCAR, I saw like regular season races. They were like $25, $36. I was like, man, but you have to bring everything with you. Like you have to. They say to like bring sunscreen, snacks, drinks in case you don't pay concession. You have to bring something nice to sit on because it's just a metal fucking bleacher. You're gonna sit there for 4 hours.
Yeah, that's
3
crazy.
or 4 fucking hours. That's another thing in NASCAR. If it's hot, if it's 90 degrees, and then you're in like the middle of the race, all the exhaust fumes from the other cars, it's like sitting in a dry sauna while you're driving for like 3 hours. And all the G-force and shit like that, like it's crazy. It's an intense sport. Like it's not just an athlete like it's not like football where if you're big and strong it helps, or you can train. They train certain things that they think help, but there's not really anything that's concrete that everyone does. They test like their reflexes and response of like hand-eye coordination, and they do a lot of race simulators, which are expensive.
I guess that makes sense.
And it's just all about practicing the skills that you do in the car to the point where you're so good at them that you just drive and everything's kind of secondary.
You should watch because I actually watched it. Pretty good. Ford versus Ferrari. Did you ever watch that one?
Oh, I do want to watch that.
Watch it. That's what.
Wait. Is that the one with Chris Hemsworth and Zemo? The guy who plays Zemo?
No, that's I don't know the name of that one. I know which one you're talking about. That's a different one.
I think that's an F1 racing.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I saw that one. That one's really good too. It's about 2 real racers. Ford is it Ford versus Ferrari?
Yeah, that's a Christian Bale and Matt Damon.
Okay, that's a good lineup.
Yeah.
Is it just like a movie, or it's like a pretty good car movie?
It's a pretty good car movie. So basically, this is Ford trying to come out onto the racing scene. Period. Like. This was when Ford was just a family car model.
Oh, okay. So it's back in the day.
The Mustang was like one of their first, I think. Like,
well, that's what's crazy. How a Mustang? I didn't even know a Mustang, because when I saw NASCAR, I saw one of the lights and I was like, "That's a Mustang light." And that one of the models is a Ford Mustang that races in NASCAR and wins. That's crazy. That just shows you how good of a car that is.
I think if I would have a car, it'd be a '67 Mustang.
I mean, doesn't John have like
69?
Dude, I when he restored that one and we would go driving in it, it was a candy blue 69 Ford Mustang with didn't he have is it the soft top or no?
Yeah, I think it was a soft top, but it was green.
Everything, it's like a turquoise, isn't it? It's not green.
I think it was a darker green, was it not?
I think it's kind of like a turquoise, like a deep.
Yeah.
But we would go cruise in it. And people would offer him money offers at the lights of like, I'll give you $7,000 for that car now, which is it's worth more than that.
In the condition, people didn't know the condition it was in. Like,
it don't matter even, but realistically, it was just
how clean the body is. I think is one of the biggest things. An engine, you can get an engine.
Exactly, they can fix the engine for probably less than $5,000. The fact that the car is
because
so
those parts
still,
are so much cheaper because they don't have any computers or anything inside of them.
But that was also That was back in like 2016. Let's see. How much are they going for now? They're worth $34,000.
That's actually not as bad as I thought.
Not as bad. No, people were offering him $7-10 grand. It's worth $34,000.
Some dude when I was with him offered him $60,000 for it.
No, that's more. But he was trying to not steal it from him, but he was trying to make him an offer of like he has to sell it. If there's some people in town, I mean, some people are they. I've seen a Lambo in town. People have money.
Yeah,
people collect shit.
Definitely.
Cars are fucking cool to collect, but I think they're not worth it for me because of how much money you have to put into taking care of them. Not that I wouldn't have one nice car, but a fleet I couldn't do even if I was rich because I know I'd have to hire a bunch of people. Like I have to get a garage space for all of them. I have to hire someone to manage the garage space. I have to someone to manage the cars. Someone has to come in and start these once a week or put them on like float charges or some shit so that way the batteries don't, or tune them up or, you know what I mean? Yeah. They can't just sit here and I drive like 4 or 5 of them a couple of times a year.
Yeah.
Some people have like 60 cars, 12 cars, even 12 cars, 6 cars. What do you do with 6 cars? You remember on Cribs and the fucking rappers would come out and they would have at least 3 cars.
I'm like, why? Yeah,
and I got like the fucking Rolls Royce Phantom. It's like, and damn.
And what's crazy is like you probably don't even drive most places.
Yeah, they get
chauffeur.
Yeah, with like a black Suburban.
Yeah.
Because you can't just ride around. You're famous. When are you gonna ride around in a badass flashy car? Like they're gonna instantly notice the car. Then they're gonna be like, "Oh shit, that's Jay-Z."
Yeah, exactly.
That's what sucks. JB's so rich, he has to take a private plane. He has to own a private plane, and someone drives in a black Suburban, so they don't know it's him. He can't go out in a Lamborghini. Yeah. He can't go to In-N-Out Burger in a Lamborghini.
He can't go to In-N-Out Burger. Period.
Yeah, he has to get it fucking not even DoorDash. Someone goes and picks it up for him. Because you don't even know who he is.
Yeah, there's no way Jay-Z's getting something DoorDash to his house.
Being that rich must be dope. Being that famous must suck. Where you can't live like. Of course, you live a better like. Yeah, but you can't be normal in the sense of I can't just go to this restaurant. Oh, I can go to the really nice ones, but I can't go to just like a nothing restaurant. Maybe they don't want to, but I mean, I don't want to.
Yeah, like that's why I would never want to be famous. I would never want that kind of recognition.
Success, yes, but not fame.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know. I'd rather be a producer than the performer.
I agree. You get paid like half as good, and you don't have any of the notoriety.
Yeah, so I'm not. Just not. I don't even think I could live that lavish of a life.
I think. I wouldn't know how to spend the money to what is lavish.
Well, because it's like
I would get a decent house.
Yeah, decent house, car,
reliable car,
maybe a second one.
No, me and my wife would both have a car, and then probably if I wanted to get as bougie as I want, I would fix up my Acura like perfect, and I might not even get another one. I think I might fix my Acura perfect, get like a truck. And then get Gabby whatever she wanted. Keep our cars for our kids because they're still good.
Yeah.
And then I would have like my own like fun car. She would have a fun car, and then we would have a family car, like a badass van. People sleep on, not everybody, but if you see a fucking badass van with like captain bucket seats for everybody, and then the back is like a big bench, and everything reclines. There's TVs, and there's all this like.
Have you ever been in like a fucking Suburban or a Tahoe though?
It's like a fucking spaceship.
Those things are literally built for luxury.
I mean, I have. You're right. No, you're right.
Like especially nowadays. Like I'm not saying you're wrong. Like you're right. You're absolutely right. Vans are way bigger. They have much more space. I like that. I don't know if all of them do it now, but I like the 2 individual seats with the break in the middle to the back row.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why I've always liked that.
Vans will have that, too. You can get...
Well, that's what I'm saying. Vans are like that.
Yeah.
Like,
well, Suburbans can be like that, too.
Some of them are.
Some.
Yeah.
Yeah, because...
and then with the option to lift the seat up and down.
Down's dad has like a 2003. Like the fucking boats.
Yeah,
it's like a yacht.
Yeah, dude, those things were fucking... Remember the excursions?
Yeah.
Dude, those things were fucking monsters.
My dad had a 2003 Ford Explorer. And he had it on rims. That dude was gaudy. He had it on fucking like 20s at least. Them 20s. I keep them clean too. He made me clean them with a toothbrush. But he had a maroon Ford Explorer. And everyone thought, and he wore silk shirts and crocodile boots, and everyone thought he was in the Mexican mafia. My friends would be like, dude, your dad's scary. He was scary looking. He looked like he had gun. He would wear gold, fucking silk Bruce Lee shirt.
That's fucking funny.
Pressed Levi's with crocodile boots. This dude look crazy. Dude, Ray-Bans. He look like a
Damn,
Mississippi pimp.
Damn.
But the Ford Explorer was badass. But we've had a van. What I like the idea about a van is that you can have a nice Suburban, maybe no one will care. You can have $100,000 van and like it's like camouflage. It looks like a mailbox. No one even care. But you will be riding in like a really high-end luxury vehicle.
Yeah.
Of like they have $100,000 vans.
Yeah.
That are like mini RVs.
Yeah.
It's crazy when you get older and you think about this shit. I'm like, dude, this would be dope. Like my kids would love it.
Actually, speaking of which, an RV would be fucking cool to have.
That's something I'll do. Me and Gabby have talked about that, and as old school white person that is, we would want to do that to her. Even for every summer, we would go out for like 2 weeks or 3 weeks. We'll rent an RV and we'll just go to a certain amount of states and then come back. And then maybe every year we'll go to a different like 2 or 3 states of like, we'll go here and we'll stop at these 3 places. Yeah. And we'll chill for those times just, and we can pull a car. Yeah. We can pull a small car.
That's like, honestly, like what sucks is like, when me and I didn't work out, like that was one of the biggest things I wanted to start doing was start traveling.
Yeah.
And it was like we were finally going to come to a point to where we were going to have more money to be able to do so.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, man.
Yeah, we haven't really done any real traveling.
That's what I want.
I want to do international traveling.
Yes.
I'll look up YouTube videos about like the top 10 destinations for the year, and it'll be an internet YouTube vlogger. And they're showing you like the dopest places you've ever seen. And they're like, these are the places that are good that they're not the main staples. It's not Paris. It's not London. It's not like New York City. This is like a place. This is an island. This is an island over here in South America. And
I like
it's
stuff
cheap.
like that better.
It's cheap and it's like a paradise, or it's a city and it's beautiful and it's not super well known, so it's pretty affordable, but it's just as nice, maybe even more interesting than going to like a big city because you get a lot of the amenities or like the country feeling, but there's still a lot of amenities of normal, and you can go out and hike or you can go out and ski or snowboard.
Yeah, dude. Let me see. Bali.
Yep. Yeah, that was one of them. That was one of them.
It's fucking beautiful there, dude. Like, what's crazy is that one girl I was seeing was wanting to take a trip up there. And
if you plan it right, you can go like individual. Like you can go for like at least like 5 days for maybe like 2,000 or 3,000.
Yeah, that's what they were saying.
Flight round trip, accommodations, and enough money to be like, I'll live like a king one.
Yeah. That's a resort and everything. Like, and I was like, they're like, it's an island. Like, it's fucking nice. And I'm like, dude, that's fucking awesome.
Even like Airbnbs.
I have been doing Airbnbs. I don't even remember just recently when we went to New Mexico.
Yeah.
We did a hotel, but I haven't had a hotel in a long time. I usually get Airbnbs because they're just as cheap, if not cheaper.
It depends, but you can get a badass one for like maybe like $30 more than a hotel.
Yeah.
You can get like a badass house.
And it's a house.
Yeah. It's private.
Yeah, exactly.
For my birthday a couple of years back, we rented an Airbnb because the year before for my sister's birthday, she rented an Airbnb out in Galveston, and I've never been out there. And it's like Padre Island for like a little bit more up north. Yeah. And they have a beach town next to it. It's Galveston, and they have the pier, and it looks like the one from the Lost Boys, where it's like by the beach, there's a whole amusement park, like fucking Rocket Power or some shit. It's so cool. But we didn't even go there. She had a beach. She rented a beach house, and it was literally like where the corner was, like our yard was sand pretty much. Yeah. And all you had to do is walk across this really small beach road. It's not a regular road, because it's not like a full with lines and, there's sand on it. It's narrow. But then right across the street, there's a pathway probably about 50 feet, which you can see it. It's not that far, but 50 feet, it's a whole beach, and you go out and it's a private beach.
Yeah.
Well, at least for the residents, where the people that are going there are pretty much just the people that live there. And most of them are Airbnbs. But it was like a beautiful... I was like, it was amazing. I've never been on a trip like that, and it's so basic, but wow, it was so much fun. We went there for 2 days, and we had an amazing time. And then the following year, I wanted to rent an Airbnb for my birthday and bring all my family, and we rented a really nice one in, I believe it was San Antonio, and nice. It was a really big, like it was a 2-story house, but it's a really big, nice one, and it had its own deck and private pool, like a
Nice.
full size pool, like
Hell
a
yeah.
huge one, like
Hell yeah.
like the one, the main one here at the
Yeah.
apartment, with a hot tub, and it had like the pit and everything. And it had enough rooms for everybody.
Can I get
It
a hot
was
tub?
what's up?
Can I get a hot tub?
Can I get a hot tub? That was a great commercial. But I think for 2 days, 2 nights, it was like
Like 6, 7.
something. It was like something like maybe like $600 to $800.
Yeah.
Which it was for me 3, 4.
It was probably a house that
7.
that
There was 10 of us.
roomed like 13 or some shit though.
Yeah, there was 10 of us, and I mean it was like my mom and her
When you
boyfriend.
think about it
and then,
realistically, I mean, of course, obviously, you're not gonna be like everybody chip in, but
no,
if you go with 10 people,
yeah,
and 10 people chip in on an $800
but just even
Airbnb,
yeah.
that's like $80 a piece.
Well, just for the worth of it, for all of us to get to enjoy like an experience. It wasn't the same thing as a hotel, and then we were all gonna. This was literally, I was gonna pay for where we were gonna stay and what we'd be doing. We're just gonna enjoy this house.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
a really nice house. We're not gonna work. We're not gonna clean anything. We're not gonna do anything. We're just gonna relax. Dude, I was in the pool all day. Like both days I was in there all day. I'd get out, I'd go back in, I'd get out. Late at night, I would just go out and just sit in the hot tub. I was like, yeah, I'm only gonna have this for 2 days. And I didn't want to go out and go shopping, nothing. I wanted to just hang out at the house and do nothing. And it was awesome that we cooked good food.
Hell yeah.
We had cake, slept in, ate whatever we want all day.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Drink. It was so much fun, and I would do it again. And the worth of it was if 10 of it was less than $100 for all of us to go and just have fun for 2 days straight.
Yeah, dude.
Worth it.
Honestly, Colorado, best trip
I know.
I've ever been
You
on.
talk about it all the time.
I know, I do.
No, I
but
meant it because
seriously,
it's a
like,
good trip.
dude. It was like, so the BnB, I think we got it Monday through Friday. Yeah, Monday through Friday, and I think it was only like 600 or 700. I mean, it was a real basic house. Like, we didn't plan on being there for very long. Well, not in the house for.
It was a trip to go out.
To go
So
and
yeah,
do
you
stuff.
get
Yeah,
you
exactly.
get like bare essentials.
Exactly, but it was good. I was like, it had TV, they had Netflix and everything
That's
set
all
up.
you
Like,
need.
yeah, I'm like, yeah, exactly. We're only
Comfy
there.
bed, as long as it's clean and
limited, yeah.
private and safe.
Exactly. They had like a little farm in the back. Like, they were.
It wasn't communal. A lot of those have like communal backyards or some shit.
No,
Okay.
that one wasn't. It was but it was a real nice house. Really nice fucking kitchen. Honestly, they had like an island where the
Did you cook
stuff-
or
yeah.
did you order out?
half and half.
Yeah, I same. We did the same on our trip.
Because we did go to the grocery store so that we could have food. Just like,
we did the same thing.
like snacks.
Yeah,
like,
you don't
got
want
the
to
kids like
keep
ramen
leaving for everything.
and
Yeah,
stuff like
pizzas, frozen
yeah,
pizzas.
exactly. I don't want to get McDonald's fucking 6 times a day.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
I want to stay here.
Yeah.
Or if I don't, we can go out in between.
Yeah, and so we did that. But we did eat out a lot. I mean, honestly,
That's part of it.
yeah, because I had saved up like $6,000 or
Damn,
something,
you're good at
dude.
that, man.
Dude, like,
You need to save up and then save some.
yeah.
No, I don't hate, dude.
yeah.
I'm jealous of how much you've experienced and how much you have traveled and how much you've done. I'm jealous because
Yeah.
you've done way more, and maybe you'd be like, well, if I didn't do this, I'd have this. But also, you've had experiences.
That's just kind of what I've had to trade off. It's like,
It's worth it though, because their experience, their memories, they're part of you. It's that shit's worth it. Saving money is important, but you can either die right now with some more money or some more experiences.
Yeah.
And there's a balance to that, obviously.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to go all, because then you're homeless. Because your experience was like, well, I can do heroin again today. I mean,
Yeah.
seize the day. I'll get a bigger cardboard box tomorrow. I got to seize the day. This $20 has to go to heroin. I'm not even hungry. I'm not hungry. I'm not even tired. I've only slept
I actually kind of hate Burger King.
3 hours the past 2 months. Like,
That's fucking crazy.
I need some more meth.
But man, dude, the everything about that was just like. What's funny is like I tell people all the time. I'm like, not that I don't believe in it, but would like it was nice being in a place where it was actually cold during the winter.
It's cool to visit that place.
Yeah, and like we actually got to see snow and all kinds of stuff.
That's
like
dope.
So it really had like it was the most Christmas that I felt since I was like a kid. I was like, because it's kind of hard for us to feel Christmas here in South Texas. You know, it's fucking like 80 degrees on Christmas. We don't get cold till like late January.
Yeah,
February.
early February. It pissed me off. I was like, why is it cold now? But I got lucky because since it happened during December was actually kind of pleasant. It wasn't cold, which would have been nice, but it wasn't. It was like perfect weather. It wasn't hot or cold.
Yeah.
And then it happened real cold and wet and damp when I was off, which is because it worked out because working in it sucks. The day itself is nice, but not when you have to drive around in it all day.
Yeah.
It's not fun because you get like humid, damp, hot, cold, wet. It sucks. You just feel very discomforted the whole day. Being too hot is not that bad.
That's how it was when I worked at Aaron's. I hated it.
Oh, yeah. I remember you said you backflipped off a loading dock and dropped the TV.
That fucking dude dropped the ramp on me.
You're like, oh, fuck.
It's a JVC.
Dismount.
I'm like, JVC doesn't even fucking make TVs anymore.
That's how long the repo's been trying to happen since the 2000 aughts.
They're still trying to get that TV back.
Oh, go on. I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say that fucking job sucked.
I did go to Colorado, and I know you remember it, but I did go to Colorado when I went on this really dumb trip when I was younger. Because when I was 21, I read Into the Wild. And then I watched the movie, which wasn't as good, but I read Into the Wild, and I got this really young, dumb idea to start hitchhiking around the country with not really any plan or money and kind of just trying to... I wasn't trying to do anything specific. I was reading about this thing that... And it's going to sound dumb, but I like the philosophy of it.
Yeah.
That there's this thing in old, like... ancient Japanese culture where young Japanese men, not just samurais, but young Japanese men, or maybe people who are like that, who consider themselves like a warrior, a philosopher, like introspective, they would go on something called a musha shugyo, which I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But basically it's a journey that you go on where when you get old enough in your adolescence to realize that you don't really know much about anything, and you experience things from an environment and a place, a perspective that's not entirely your own.
Yeah.
You've been very influenced by everything around you, your family, the things you consume, and your environment in social settings and what have you. And this kind of journey would be to go out into the world in general and with only the intention to experience things and kind of maybe deal with things in your own way, in a more basic human survivalist type of way.
Yeah.
And not just have experience with people at McDonald's.
Yeah.
And have experiences of like, I'm hungry, let me go to the fridge and get a Hot Pocket.
Exactly.
This is a different one where you go out and then it's like, I'm hungry, I don't have any money, and I don't have any food because I ate it all, or I spent all my money. Or stuff like that. And
that's fucking crazy.
It's dumb. In a lot of ways, of course, it's dumb. I was young. I was influenced by this stuff, and I felt like it was important. And I'm glad stuff like that happened to me. I am dumb for doing them. I wouldn't recommend anyone doing that. But I went out I literally packed my bags one day. I planned it out, and I said, crazy. I'm going to go and just go places. And I didn't even know how to explain it. What did you think when I told you? Well, how did I explain it to you of what I was doing? And what did you think?
I thought I was never going to see you again.
No shit.
Dude, like, I really thought I was like, I don't know. Like, I mean, like, because I remember you telling me about it. And at first I didn't believe you. I was like,
I know, fair enough. It sounds stupid where, like, this guy says he's going to start tennis and this motherfucker don't even have a racket.
But it's just, it's just crazy hearing something so drastic. Like, that's just that's a drastic change in your life.
Do you think... Not that you saw it coming, but Did I like exhibit any kind of behaviors where like Randy's kind of being weird? Like, did I go from being a certain kind of person that you knew and were familiar with to where like Randy's kind of different right now?
You were different. Well, I mean, it was kind of hard to say because I know that was like a little bit after we had started talking again.
Yeah, we had a falling out and then we reconnected.
Yeah, so it wasn't much longer after that you had told me. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think we reconnected Halloween, right? And
it
then
was 19.
Go on.
It was 19.
October 19th?
2019.
2019, but it was on Halloween, right?
Yeah.
And then you were getting married a few days later.
The week after.
Yeah, and then so I left maybe like 2 weeks after that, probably, right?
Yeah.
Because I remember leaving in November and coming back.
Well, no, you let 21, weren't you? That was 2 years after. Almost.
Oh, you're right. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm getting confused. I did leave in. I think I left in October. I left during October.
Okay, so it was about 2 years after that.
Yeah, go on.
But yeah, we were. Man, yeah. Now I think about it, that's crazy.
But you were thinking you were never going to see me again. But also, if I did it, but also like Randy's fucking talking out of his ass.
Well,
that sounds stupid. I realize how it sounds, and it's a little pretentious, I'll admit. But also, it did in the moment. It felt like it mattered, and in retrospect, it did matter.
Yeah, I'm not saying it was stupid. No, I'm just saying like it'd be crazy like if I told you like, dude, I'm just gonna go to Japan and just like live in Japan.
No, that sounds more sane, honestly. And at least you'd be like, I'm going to have a plan to like move and get another living residence in Japan. If anything, it would suck, but I'd be like, this is cool because if everything works out, I can go visit him. I was literally going off into the wild green yonder.
That's crazy.
I didn't have a plan of like, hey, I'm leaving. You're like, where are you going? I'm like, I don't know. And it's like, well, what are you going to do? I'm like, I don't know. And then you're like, when are you going to come back? You didn't ask me that, but it's like, when are you going to come back? It's like, I don't know. And it's like, okay, dude. Well, I mean.
Well, I remember asking you how long you were going to go out for. And you were like, I don't know. I don't think it was like really real until I started seeing you buy things for the trip.
Yeah. I started spending my money like an idiot. I bought like a like a hiking backpack.
Yeah.
And I bought a tent, a sleeping bag, a sleeping pad. I bought certain things to like do wilderness survival. I didn't do any of that. I didn't do any wilderness shit. I was pretty much like a really well-fitted camper, an urban camper.
What's funny is that like I remember when you came back, like because I remember you buying everything, and I was like, man, yeah, that makes so much sense. Like you would need all that. The first thing you told me, you were like, dude, like the first thing that happened was that my bag was so fucking heavy. It was like exhausting. And
yeah,
I was like,
I didn't. I see that's just dumb planning, being young, being dumb, not knowing what I'm doing. I overpacked for sure, but everything I had I needed because I was a pussy, and it was so fucking heavy. Like in a couple of blocks of walking,
yeah,
it was so fucking heavy. I had to steal a shopping cart, allegedly, and shopping cart my shit out of I took it. Like it came with me. I pushed a shopping cart from the middle of San Antonio, allegedly, like a couple of miles outside the limits on my way to Bernie. And I eventually got a ride hitchhiking.
I remember you telling me from that lady, right?
Yeah, a Mormon lady that lived in Bernie. And she gave me a ride. And the story goes much more. I'm not going to get into the story.
Right.
It's a long, like, there's a lot of details of stuff.
I remember you telling me.
It was an experience. That's what made me more empathetic and maybe see that how other people can think of others and other people in a much more deep, connected way than most people might connect to people, because especially now everyone seems very disconnected. Not everybody in its entirety. You'll meet people that are almost so like empathetic, they're like empaths, and sympathetic, that it's off-putting. It's almost like annoying, or
they're so caring,
weird, yeah,
able to put others in front of themselves.
Yeah, it's kind of because no one's like that anymore.
Yeah,
a lot of people are, but majority, I think, people are very like, what, fuck you and leave me alone, and because I'm like that.
Yeah,
so it's crazy to have been helped out in the real world for no reason, of like a guy standing on the side of a road and someone seeing him and he's asking for a ride, and someone for some reason, dude, not to get like weird, but like I could have hurt them.
Yeah.
I could have done something weird or deplorable.
Yeah.
And these people and they said that they could look at me and see that I was not that guy, that they somehow, and I'm not. So that could be them making an assumption that they're hoping is right, or someone that could actually see people who they are, that this kid has no bad intentions. Let me see what's up. And I didn't. I was super like, no, I'm just doing this thing. I would explain it to them.
Right.
I would try to, and they were like, oh, okay, but also, concerned, like, you're young, you're just a kid. I don't think you're doing something bad can happen to you.
Yeah.
I could see how dumb and ignorant and innocent you are, at least when it comes to this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I get what you're doing, but this is a dumb thing to do. And a lot of them try to send me home. They try to like help me like go home. And I was like, no, I'm going to keep going. They're like, well, if you're going to keep going, I'm going to help you as much as I can. But
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And
that's really cool.
It changed me to a certain point because
I imagine you saw both ends of the spectrum.
Yeah. I saw some pretty fucked up people.
That's
of like being
yeah.
fucked up to people or being real fucked up to me just because of the way like my situation
yeah.
of how it appeared. That was just some kid with a bunch of bags standing on the side of the road. And some people would go out of their way to let me know by their actions or their words that they didn't like me. They didn't like it. They kind of hated me, or they wanted to make things harder for me for no reason.
Yeah.
So it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy where you could see people, but I did learn a lot. I learned a lot of, it brought in my mind. I wouldn't say I'm very wise, but I'm wiser than I ever have been, which of course that, with time, everybody does that. But none of this is to say is that I know better than everyone now. And I have a perspective you don't. But I can understand. I was a really, really dumb kid. If I was at a 0, that helped me get to like a 0.7 of like emotional IQ and common intelligence and what it means to be a person.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Right. That's pretty interesting because that's funny that you say that because I've always thought you were a wise person.
When it comes to what?
I don't know. I just feel like you've experienced a lot more things than I have. Positive and negative, I guess.
True.
And that would...
I can offer data.
Exactly. But I guess that's where wisdom comes in. It's not necessarily knowing everything. It could also just be experiencing.
True.
There's some people who are smart because they've just experienced so many things. It's like fucking. That's what the whole Slumdog Millionaire movie is based on.
The boxer?
No.
Oh, that's $1 Million Baby.
Yeah,
I've never seen Slumdog.
Slumdog Millionaire is
Slumdog Millionaire.
I was doing the accent. It's Middle Eastern. I'm just kidding. It actually is Middle Eastern though. I think.
Is it with Wilmer Valderrama?
No.
It's not?
No. It's this kid. He goes on it. It's like a. What the fuck is that show? It's a trivia show. I don't know. Anyways, Who Wants to Be a Billionaire? That's what it is. But it's their version of it. And the kid ends up winning because he's experienced every single question throughout something in his life. So it's not necessarily.
And he's like Rain Man.
Exactly.
He remembers everything.
Yeah. So
that's interesting.
Like,
Wait. And so it's that young Middle Eastern guy from. I know who that is. Is that the guy from Life of Pi?
I think so.
It might not be. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about. I have it in my head.
But yeah, that's like I said, let me see.
Dev Patel. I've seen him in other movies for sure. I saw him in.
Yeah, he is the Life Pie.
He's in The Last Airbender.
Yes, the Green Knight.
I think he's in Chappie. I remember him from that one. That was a good one. With fucking Diane Word.
Yeah. He's done quite a bit of stuff, but yeah.
Yeah, that I know. Yeah, I remember that guy, and he's kind of like an off-put genius, and so he becomes like a millionaire out of playing the show. That's funny. They show him on the show.
So they show him on the show, and then the movie is basically him on the show, and then the experience from the question.
Oh, okay.
So that's how the movie plays
That's
out.
actually pretty cool. I need to check that out.
Yeah, it's a not
That's
bad
an interesting
movie.
way to tell the
It's
movie.
a not bad movie. It's a really good movie, actually. And so that's back to that. So that's, I mean, I feel like wisdom can come from.
Yeah, it's knowledge, because everything. That's what's cool about linking up with people is shared knowledge, the data of like, hey, I've never known this. Let's either both learn it together, or you know something about it. You can at least share some perspective, and so I can get an idea before. I mean, that's what YouTube is.
Yeah.
Human YouTube.
Yeah,
That's what they call me.
I agree. I love linking up with people.
Down at the Y. You nasty.
Nasty.
You nasty. Wrap it up.
Nasty.
Dude, speaking of movies, so the other day I went down a rabbit hole of like Jackie Chan and movies in general, and I was thinking, dude, how much. Yeah, I love Jackie Chan. That's a dream. Like, if I could interview anybody, like someone would come on and just hang out with us, I would want Jackie Chan. So I looked up how many movies Jackie Chan had made. And this has to be more. I know this is more. This is a good estimate to where it's at least this. It says on this website, movieweb.com, that Jackie Chan has over 190 movies.
That's what I was thinking. I was
Over
like 200.
Shit, I should have let you guess.
I was going to say, I was thinking 200.
And dude, at least like 30 of them are top tier movies.
Yep.
I can't name a lot, but that's crazy how many he has. I don't know if that's starring in or extra, but he's starred in at least 100. At least 100. He used to make like 3 a year back in the day in China.
Yeah.
But okay, so 190 movies. That's crazy, because I thought he definitely has the most movies out of anybody. He doesn't. On this list, according to this list, it's probably outdated by now. It was in I think this was from 2023 on the same list, movie.web, because it was a list of the top 10. Jackie Chan was number 9 of top 10. So
what?
There's 8 more people that make more movies than him. The number 1 is try to who do you think it would be? And no, I wouldn't have known this.
Donnie Yen.
Good guess. No.
Is Donnie Yen on the list?
That's a good question. I don't remember. I just snapshotted these two images.
Would be in more movies than fucking Jackie Chan?
You're not gonna know, but I was thinking, who would you guess? Like, I was trying to think of people, like, if not Jackie Chan, maybe. Honestly, I couldn't even think of anyone, so I was like curious. So I went to the list, and I would never have guessed any of these. I don't know if I remember any of them being someone, but it's a man named Eric Roberts.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, who the fuck is Eric Roberts? How many movies do you think he's made?
Well, I mean, if he's more than Jackie Chan's on. This dude's probably pushing like 400 movies.
This guy, at this point in time, he was estimated at 455 movies.
What the fuck are you doing?
And I was like, who the fuck is this guy, Eric Roberts? But we do know this guy. He was the crime boss in The Dark Knight, the Batman Part 1, where he was like that greasy. He was like.
Holy shit.
I forgot his name. His name was like.
Yeah.
Giacone or some shit. He was like the crime boss that Batman drops off the building, breaks his legs.
Yeah.
Okay, so he was also in Best of the Best, which I don't remember him in that movie, but it's the Capoeira movie.
Yeah.
Banana way, banana way, banana. Best of the Best, cringe central. Okay, so he's in a lot of movies, but look, listen to this one, because this is like the best thing ever. Eric Roberts was in the movie National Security with Martin Lawrence and Steve Zahn, when they were security guards that try to find Steve Zahn's partner's killers. Eric Roberts plays the main bad guy that they're trying to find.
Shoot that monkey.
Yes. He's the guy in the warehouse that yells, "Somebody shoot that monkey," to Martin Lawrence. That's
awesome.
Eric Roberts. He's
awesome.
made the most movies. They saw this guy in National Security, and they're like, perfect. Get that guy.
That's fucking awesome.
Get me Eric Roberts.
They should have got him in Django.
But he was in a lot. Sharktopus. He was in The Human Centipede. Watch on the Rhine. Purgatory. The Child. Babylon.
Babylon.
I know. Babylon. But 455 movies. My boy Jackie Chan got to step his game up. He needs to call someone a monkey.
Dude, that's crazy.
He's like, my dad bitch slap you back to Africa.
I'll bitch slap you back to Africa. You bitch slap me back to Africa?
That man, classic Jackie. We would love to hear that, Jackie. Wouldn't we love to hear that?
Jackie, we love to see that. Wouldn't we love to see that, Jackie? His name is Lee, goddammit.
Jackie Chan is the fucking man. What's your favorite Jackie Chan movie?
Favorite Jackie Chan? Who Am I?
That's a badass one.
Who Am I? Or
that anime orange-haired cop, remember?
Yes, but the rooftop scene.
Yeah, with the tall white guy and the Chinese guy where they're just kicking. Fighting on the roof. Man, that was a great movie. Who Am I?
There's so many.
I'm like a poser Jackie Chan film lover because I only know the mainstream ones.
Police Story 4 is a good one.
Drunken Master. He has 2 movies called Drunken Master.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I've seen this one labeled as Drunken Master 2. Mm-hmm. It's the one where he is fighting in the factory drunk at the end.
Yeah, where he drinks a straight gasoline.
Yeah, that's a badass one. That's probably my favorite one. Yeah. Rumble in the Bronx, of course.
Rumble in the Bronx, that underground scene where he just goes and fucks up that entire fucking gang by himself, dude.
I love Jackie Chan, dude. When he jumps across the parking garage.
He breaks his leg.
He breaks his leg in that? No, I think he fucks it. No, you're probably right because I know he rolls his. I know he like breaks his foot at the end.
It's jumps off the raft.
Yeah.
When he jumps off the raft, he breaks it, and they show it like.
I think it's his foot because he has like. Oh no, you're right.
Painted like the shoe that he's wearing.
Yeah, he slips on a sock, but he rides in a Ferrari in that one.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. He fucking got the sword coming out of it, right?
Man, Rumble in the Bronx.
Who Am I? That was good.
Who Am I? Fuck, I'm blanking, but I know. Twin Dragons.
Twin Dragon. Oh, dude, that's a great fucking movie.
It's so much fun. I saw it the other day on Pluto, and it's so funny. That's what I love about his movies is that they're so fucking funny.
Yeah. He's fucking hilarious because he's funny even in the Rush Hour movies.
All the Rush Hours, the Shanghai double feature.
Shanghai Noon.
Shanghai Nights.
Uno, boss, please.
He's like, I'm John Wayne.
John Wayne.
He's like, John Wayne? It's a terrible outlaw name.
What's funny is that I never got it because I never even paid attention, but I watched it quite a few years back and I had the subtitles on. And his name is what is it? Chow
Wang.
Yeah, Wang. And he's like, John Wayne.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. I just funny is because like it was funny because he was like John Wayne, and I always just thought automatically I'm like, oh, John Wayne, the fucking cowboy movies. Like, it's a fucking terrible name.
I feel so ashamed that I can't remember all of the Jackie Chan movies I like right now.
Dude, I'm thinking the same thing.
Because it's not, of course the main hits, but there's a bunch of other ones on the side. The Forbidden Kingdom was okay. Dude, I liked him in The Karate Kid. The Karate Kid was cool.
I actually like that version. They say that did you see that Jackie Chan's coming and doing one with Ralph Macchio, a new Karate Kid movie?
What? Project A, that was a good one. The Tuxedo, that one was so cheesy and bad with Jennifer Love Hewitt, but I love it.
Jackie Chan's also the monkey from Kung Fu Panda.
Yep. Let's see.
The Foreigner was good. That's not very martial arts based, but that one was a good one.
The Medallion, I remember that one.
That's a good one.
Super Cop, Jackie Chan's First Strike.
Mr.
Nice Guy? That one was a good one.
What's the one where the suit is the
tuxedo?
The Tuxedo. That's a good one. He even has one of those where he's like a secret spy, the accidental spy. That's what it is.
See, on his IMDb, he has 61 credits. So I don't know about that 190, but dude, 60, that makes more sense. 61, maybe the other guy's at like 74 or some shit, because 455 sounds stupid.
Because I guess that's just appearance.
Jackie Chan Adventures, remember the cartoon show?
Yeah.
The Accidental Spy.
That's probably just appearance then. Like they're probably counting Enter the Dragon for Jackie Chan, where he gets punched in the face by Bruce Lee
I imagine his full credits of like a stuntman and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, he has a previous 140. No, dude, he has a lot more. I forgot he was Splinter in Ninja Turtles. He was so funny. He's all like, "There's not a lot of giant mutant animals. Check me. I've looked. Trust me, I've looked.
I looked.
He was so funny.
I was older rat. So when
like, they
I
tried to
became
milk you.
mutated, when I became mutated, I was just older rat. I became mutated. Yeah, dude, that movie was actually a lot better than I thought it was gonna be.
Yep, that was.
It was actually really great. I loved it. Are you still going through the list?
Yeah, there's a lot. Honestly,
yeah, I was like,
I'm not
holy
seeing a lot
shit.
of the other ones that I recognize. So there's probably a good 10 to 12 that
Yeah.
Jackie Chan. Hell yeah, he's my guy. And it's not that the other one aren't good. I'm not gonna watch them, but that's just my extent. And everything I've seen so far, I love Jackie Chan. He always makes a movie better.
Yeah, definitely.
Shit, dude, I'm probably gonna have to call it here in a few minutes.
Ooh, baby.